My name is Ms. Charmaine Whyte. I serve as the Director of Academic Advising for the College of Humanities, Education, and Social Sciences within the Office of Student Success. I've been with the university roughly around 17 years. My stint started with doing technology analyst. I was basically a compliance officer for the education department, just making sure compliance issues were met for accredited bodies. I will have Ms. Alexander introduce herself in a few minutes. However, we wanted to talk about the implications of the pandemic, and we could use this word interchangeably, reimagining or reimaging academic support services. The purpose of this roundtable dialogue is we wanted to make sure that we have a healthy discussion on what has been implemented and how well it has been executed with your institutions, as well as we'll share some stories or experiences here at Delaware State University. So we hope that you will be engaged and interactive as we see fit the conversation to be had. So with further ado, I'll turn it over to my co-host, Ms. Tiffany Alexander.
So good afternoon, everyone. So my name is Tiffany Alexander, and I'm the coordinator of student transition for the Office of Student Success. So as we all know, in 2020, our lives were upended. Like what we considered to be normacy in higher education was totally derailed due to the pandemic. Even though students and faculty may have had limited technology resources, we were expected to produce pre-pandemic results, which caused faculty and staff burnout, miscommunication in between faculty, staff, students, and administration, and things of that nature. So this, just like Ms. Whyte said, the purpose of this session is to talk about how we have reimagined academic support services for students during a pandemic. So our first question is, what innovative ways are institutions addressing the emerging mental health concerns of students?
And this is the time, Richard, Ms. Smith, you could reflect on the question and just share what your university has been using, probably implemented, have executed, what has worked, what didn't work, so we could have some takeaways.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Deidre Richard, and I am representing Dillard University. This week was actually my first week as an academic advisor for University College. So, but I did transition from the Office of Admissions, where I have been working for the last 2.5 years. So one thing that I have noticed since the start of the pandemic is that we are offering more mental health support to those students, because we have, come across those students who have been vocal about just needing some type of outlet or, support during this time, because it is stressful, things going on at home, and them just being led, well, of course, other factors, but being led down that their freshman year of college just isn't what they would have imagined, and just being isolated and not being able to be as social and do things. So I have noticed that we have started, offering more mental health support to those students.
Okay. Well, thank you, Ms. Richard.
I do have a follow-up question. Oh, I saw Ms. Smith. I do have a follow-up question to that, Ms. Richard. In regards to you are, offering more mental health support to the students, is it coming from your counseling office? And if so, how many individuals work within that area?
Yes, we do have it coming from our counseling office. And right now, I want to say there are 2 counselors, I want to say, but there's one representative that I know of for sure by name.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
Hi, my name is Lakeisha Smith. I'm the director of our freshman advising area at Central State University within our undergraduate student success center. I definitely know that there's been an uptake in students reaching out for services and just challenges that they've had in the performance really, or lack of performance while trying to take online classes. The university offered, I guess, essentially an academic forgiveness for those students who struggled the first year, and they did something slightly different, but made that option available for a smaller population for students this past semester. We do have counseling services, and there's a director who counsels students, a counselor, an admin, and now they've incorporated an overnight counselor as well. I don't think she works full-time hours, but they've established that so that they could have 24-hour presence for students to call in facing issues.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I did wanted to add to that, Ms. Smith. You did hit on something that was really good in terms of academics for our students. We implemented here at Delaware State University in spring 2020 the pass-fail option for students. So students who were unable to be successful in their classes or had given the opportunity to request let's say they got a C and they're like, I don't want to C, I want to keep my GPA up. They were able to have that option to do a pass, or if they didn't do well at all in their courses, they were able to do a fail request. And we processed that so that, the students don't get penalized for, poor grades and everything based off of, situations that they may be dealing with that had to do with mental health concerns. We also had the opportunity where students, even at the end of the semester, as long as they provided documentation, they were granted the opportunity to do an administrative withdrawal so that it doesn't have a negative effect on their academics. So thank you very much for sharing that with us. Anything else you would like to add to that, Ms. Alexander?
Yeah, so I just wanted to see, just as a follow-up question, I know that with the sophomores, I was just talking to some of our sophomore class officers, and a lot of them are not confident in, I guess, what they have learned last semester. So now that they're in the next level course, they feel like they have to, I guess, relearn or, seek out extensive tutoring because they felt like they taught themselves in their first year of college. So I'm just wondering if you're seeing that same thing at your universities.
I haven't seen a lot of that per se. I think really in the first semester, I think probably the only class that would carry over where that might be an issue is the English. They have to do English 1 and English 2. But then again, the focus is slightly different. So I haven't had that feedback from students yet.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Yeah, same here.
Go
Same
ahead.
here. I really haven't had that feedback from students as of yet because, like I did mention, I've only been working in this capacity for about a week. But on the other end, when I was working in the Office of Admissions, I had not received that feedback.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.